Thomas Frank realized exactly when Donald Trump might return to power. It wasn't at a rally. It wasn't in a poll. It was during a quiet visit to the Smithsonian's National Portrait Gallery. There, next to an old painting of America's westward expansion, he noticed something telling. The museum's description used the academic phrase, settler colonialism. Not that this term is wrong, but imagine a family from the Midwest visiting their nation's capital, being lectured about American wickedness by our cultural elite. 20 years ago, Frank wrote, "What's the matter with Kansas?" about working-class white voters drifting toward right-wing movements. The pattern was clear. Conservative leaders would point to cultural elites and say, "Look how they mock your values." Here's what makes this fascinating. Working people were once the backbone of the political left worldwide. Hard to believe now, but the left wasn't always dominated by college professors, bankers, and tech executives. These same workers who now rally behind Trump, they were once the Democratic Party's core. Let's rewind to the 90s. Democratic leaders couldn't stop talking about trade, tech, and globalization. They were obsessed with reaching wired workers and the learning class. They wanted to leave behind that old-fashioned worker-focused populism of the 1930s. Well, they got exactly what they wanted, but at what cost? At the Republican convention, J.D. Vance, now our vice president-elect, spoke about how NAFTA and China trade devastated his working-class Ohio town. He talked about the human toll of the Iraq War. And here's the kicker. He used language that once belonged to labor unions and Democrats. Meanwhile, what were Democratic leaders saying? Here's Barack Obama in 2016 telling Bloomberg about his satisfying conversations with Silicon Valley and venture capital. The contrast couldn't be clearer. The Democrats tried to make up for lost working-class voters by courting educated suburbanites. They even celebrated Dick Cheney's endorsement. But here's the brutal truth. A left-wing party that identifies with Dick Cheney is a walking contradiction. Yes, the Biden administration made some promising moves on antitrust, manufacturing, and unions. Kamala Harris spoke powerfully about women's rights and Trump's unfitness for office. But then what happened? They wheeled out billionaires, dropped economic populism, and embraced Liz Cheney. Meanwhile, Trump built a coalition of the disgruntled. From Robert Kennedy Jr. to Elon Musk, from free speech advocates to book banners. Trump will fix it, their signs proclaimed, no matter what it meant to each group. After 9 years, liberals still haven't cracked the code of Trump's appeal. The party of PhDs and Genius Grant winners can't figure out a conman straight from Mark Twain's pages. There's only one way forward. Democrats must return to their roots. Universal health care, higher minimum wage, strong financial regulation, union power, higher taxes on billionaires, even the cool ones. Most importantly, liberalism needs to become a movement of ordinary people again, not just top-down reforms by well-meaning professionals. We can't fix this by blaming voters or lecturing them about how noble we are. The answer lies in something we've nearly forgotten: solidarity. That's what it will take to turn our world right side up again.